memories do you have of your performance at Lollapalooza Chile 2024? Your show was one of the most crowded and acclaimed of the day. Did you expect such a broad and enthusiastic reception from the Chilean and South American audience?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think I necessarily knew what to expect. I was excited to play for the first time, and I was told the audiences there in Chile are incredibly enthusiastic and wonderful to engage with and wonderful to play to. But again, it's always a really, really sweet surprise. It's always an incredible feeling when you step out onto a stage in a place you've never been, in front of people who've never seen you play live, and to receive a welcome like that. So it was really cool. It's very encouraging.
How would you define your South American fans? Had you have any interaction with your followers from Chile or South America?
Yeah, a little bit. I think around the time we played Lollapalooza, I met a couple of fans. Not a huge amount, but just now and then interacting, taking photos and saying hey, and they're incredibly sweet, incredibly kind, and it was just lovely to meet them kind of there. And but yeah, hopefully get to say hi again this time around. Yeah.
We recently found out you will be part of the new collaborative album by the legendary Barbara Streisand through the song The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, which is already available. Were you able to meet her in person? Tell us how this collaboration came about and what you learned from her.
Yeah, we unfortunately weren't on the day able to meet in person. So I was recording. We spoke that day over the phone. We were chatting and talking about it. But I was recording it kind of remotely. So we weren't together at the time. But it was wonderful. Look, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's written by Ewan MacColl. And then Roberta Flack obviously made that iconic recording of it. And to sing that song with Barbra Streisand, I was honored. I was honored to be asked and to be among, the company of singers and artists that she asked to join her on that album. So I feel honored that she would that she'd invite me. And to sing that with her was a real special treat.
This week marks the reissue of Hozier, your debut album, in honor of its 10th anniversary. If you could travel back in time and tell something to the Andrew Hozier band from 2015, what would you say? What were you like back then?
What would I say? Honestly, I don't know. I'd say there's plenty, I would say. But then I'd be worried to tell him too much either. It's that thing. I think there's plenty of stuff I would tell him to worry less about, and there's other things I would tell him to work more on, I think, yeah. And there's loads of stuff I would tell him to look out for, but I think that's like learning. That's learning, and it's growing pains, and it's part of. But there's stuff that when you're in your 20s, your early 20s or your mid 20s, you have priorities and you have things that you chase, and you that really you lose interest in and don't. It's the same if you go back to somebody who's in high school, all the stuff that they're worried about. You know what I mean? So it's, but just keeping at it, and I think keeping the faith. I've been incredibly encouraged in just the last few years that people have kind of come to the work or discovered the work. In my third album, they're kind of rediscovering, or they're discovering my first album for the first time, or my second album for the first time. That puts a lot of wind in my sails. That it's like, okay, because there's times when you write the song and you ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Does the song deserve to be made? Is it should you make the work? And not that you make it for people to hear it, but even still a few years on, 10 years on, people telling you what that song means to you, means to them, is still really encouraging, you know, and it sort of makes you feel a little less kind of alone, you know. So I don't know, it's just how I'd probably offer them that encouragement, you know. I'd probably take that, some of that encouragement I've experienced, and I offer it back to them, you know.
Okay. Take Me to Church has become an important song for many people around the world. Why do you think the song resonated so widely from the start? Every now and then, it seems to make comeback on radio and streaming platforms.
I'm not sure. I think there's something, you know, it's been around, you know, 10 years now. There's something maybe raw about that recording, raw about the vocal in it. I think it's one of those songs that also people probably associate. I find that there's people I meet that they associate that song with a certain time of their life and a time in their life. And I think when a song embeds itself into some part of that, it always has a place in your heart, you know. So I feel lucky that song has done that for some people, you know.
What are your upcoming plans for this year?
Yeah, so I have some shows lined up. So after this few weeks in South America, we'll be traveling to North America, have some shows in Canada and in the US, and a few festivals in Ireland and the UK, you know, and Germany as well too. So it's but a lot of North America, and then coming back to Mexico City also. So it's next 5-6 months are on the road, you know.
Okay, I hope Chile is still in your plans for the future.
Absolutely. I'm hoping we can come back every time we do this, you know. I'm, you know, fingers crossed.